Hey, Miss Wallace. Thanks for being on time tonight. Hi, everyone joining in. Waiting on my co-host to get his equipment together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Mr. P, how you doing tonight?
I'm all right. My phone decided it want to start freezing up all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. I was trying to see what you had going on now.
Well, well, well.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and I'm sure it's circulating, and while we're waiting on some people to join in, but we're gonna go ahead and get started tonight. I'm sure you all have had a long day. Everybody been at work or been doing something, and this heat drain your energy regardless of whatever you got going on. So we're gonna go ahead and get it going tonight. So we want to welcome you all to another episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth with myself, Shay Wallace, and my co-host,
Pete Fairley.
the best barber in Jackson, Mississippi.
You better say that.
Uh, Tonight we're gonna be talking about the importance of family. It's gonna be a little melancholy tonight because one of our aunts just passed, so we just thought it would only be befitting that we talk about the importance of family. So we wanted to start off with saying that, everybody have different relationships with their families that we know true enough, but family is very important and however your family is made up of. Some people have met people along the way that's not actually blood related, but they're really close knit with them and they consider those to be their families. So however your family is made up, we just think it's just very important. And so we kind of just want to touch on a few things tonight that us in the black community don't really touch on or discuss on until something has happened. So we want you all to chime in and get ready to just discuss a few things so we can just have ourselves prepared for when these unfortunate events happen, because we all know that they are going to happen. So anything you want to start with, Mr. Pete?
First, before we get started, I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning in from week to week. We have been getting a great feedback off of the show. A lot of people like what we're doing. We like for everyone to go to our page as well, like the page, become a member of the community. Because this is a community.
Yes, please.
We're reaching out to everyone. We're trying to strengthen our black community and other communities alike. We're all
Absolutely.
one. So that before we get started, I just wanted to mention those things.
Okay. Well, we wanted to first talk about, when somebody passes away, are we prepared? So, we're so afraid to talk about people passing away because, nobody want to think about it, and we don't know what we're gonna do without these loved ones. But the um, the thing about it is, it's a part of life, and none of us can run from it. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are prepared. We want to make sure that um, you know, older grandmothers used to have where they pay on their burial every month or something like that. People come to their house. And I don't know if people still doing that. However, I'm sure there is a way that you make sure that your burial is paid for. Um, and if you're not, don't have your burial paid for, but you have life insurance and things in place, so that when that time comes, you don't have to do a GoFundMe or different things like that. Which is good to have those things in place in an unfortunate event, but we want to be as prepared as we can. You can have a $10,000 life insurance policy. and at least be able to cover the burial. And we want to make sure that you know where these documents are at when the person passed away, because sometimes say, well, we know she got it, we don't know where she keep it at, and people like my mama, she got so many papers, we don't know where to start to look at. So, you just want to have these things in the forefront. So we have a comment, and we says, Miss Wallace, I enjoyed my family this weekend, even though we got bad news during fellowship, but we had the opportunity to be together. Yes, that's awesome, especially when you move away. You don't get a chance to see them that much. You can see them on FaceTime, but it's nothing the same as being able to hug them and kiss them and love on them. So what you want to interject, Mr. Pete?
Well, my first thing is this right here. This is a key point to where we just have to stop being afraid to talk about death. It's an easy survey that's going on, and the survey concludes that 1 out of 1 will die.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take the proper steps into getting these things dealt with. And like you were saying, to pick back on what you were saying earlier, back in the day, a lot of people paid on this stuff and that's next. But we got these old fancy jobs and things these days where they got for a little bit of nothing that you can get burial insurance and life insurance on your loved one. So us being
Mm-hmm.
the new millennials, I think we have to take this on our back and get it going. Another thing, I think we should sit down with our loved ones and have the conversation about how you want your funeral, how do you want this and that.
Yes.
We need to get these things down so we can get these people before they get in a dying state when they're in their right mind, because it's
Yeah.
a
And
terrible thing that comes up against family is family tends to have to start arguing with one another how everything should go. And I think if,
right.
if if we start this process of to start talking about death, or how you want to be prepared when you leave the earth, it will make it less hard on family members. And so it's time out for just waiting until they get on the damn bed.
Yes, I totally agree. And like you said, if everything is in writing, there's no time for arguing and different things like that. Everything is already in place, and the only thing you have to do is go to wherever funeral home they want to do it and put everything in place. So that's less stress because it's already a tough time. So who want to be having to argue and figure out what's what when you can already have everything in place? And I think that also goes back to making sure we have a will. I haven't heard anybody in a long time talk about preparing a will or having a will prepared for them. So I think that's very important. And what you said about the life insurance, yes, it is good to have life insurance through your job, but you need to know if your life insurance is transferable.
Mm.
Because sometimes if you leave that job, you don't have that life insurance anymore. So you may want to get an independent life insurance just for those type of purposes, even if it's a small amount, long as it's amount to cover the bare necessities. And also, I was talking to this lady about insurance, and she was explaining the difference between term life and whole life. And I'm not gonna get on here and pretend that I can explain that to y'all, but get with somebody that do insurance and get a understanding of that, because it make more sense when you understand it than you would think. So we have another comment on here. Well, I told my children to cremate me and have a memorial service, so when they tell you guys, be prepared. Okay, so we can't tell her children that we don't want. She didn't want to be cremated because she didn't already made her wishes known. And nobody definitely want to sit here and say, well, she won't want to do that. That ain't what she said. But if whoever the person is has already made it known, we can only honor their wishes.
Yeah, I think that she's doing what we were wanting, what we were trying to preach about tonight, being proactive. She's already told
Right.
her kids how she wanted to be, and then I mean, no matter how ones feel, they know in their heart of hearts that they're gonna try to follow their mother damn wish.
That's right. And I also think that you not just share with your kids, but share with your family members, because sometimes your kids may feel like, yes, she said that, but is that something that she really wants? So if you have some other family members to reinforce and say, yes, that's exactly what she wanted, so we want to make sure that you do that. Also, people grieve in different ways. So when you're grieving, you know, they could have told you everything, but you just can't focus on it because you're grieving so hard. So I just think that whatever plan that you make, you let it be known to as many people that's relevant to the situation. And so we want to take a moment and just welcome those who are tuning in. Our topic tonight is a bit melancholy, but we think it's very necessary because um, when death roll around, many of us are not prepared. So we want to say thank you all for tuning in. Take a moment to share our podcast tonight. Share any comments that you would have on this topic. We welcome your opinions and comments. So I think also, in keeping with this topic, sometimes we have become so insensitive to death these days because we have so much crime. Just like the boy stabbed his mom just the other day in Jackson,
Yeah.
and the other boy cut his mama head off in Wiggins. Now we know that most of the time the mom is the cornerstone of the family. When mama's gone, most of everything started to go awry.
Right.
So I just couldn't even imagine not only my mom being gone, but gone at my hands for whatever the reason may have been.
Well, yeah. I want to know where is this trend coming from, and what do we think we can do to stop these kids from killing their parents? I mean, I hate to say it like this, but I'm gonna just be quite frank. This is a new epidemic in our community because normally in our community we didn't have a lot of us killing our parents, and now it is translated
Mm-hmm.
over to here. So I'm wondering, like, where is this coming from? Because I mean, just came out yesterday other day. The boy he stabbed his mom to death and was trying to stab his dad to death. 24
Absolutely.
years old.
Absolutely. How old was he?
24 years old.
Okay, yeah, I did read on his story, but I didn't see the age. Yeah, I wonder just what could have been the issue or what could have made him so upset that he was just thought to take his parents' life. Somebody gave you life, you decide you want to take their life. But in life is just too precious just to play with.
Yeah, I think, and another thing, I think what this boils down to is we're not preparing our kids to stand on their own. Because
Yeah. So he could.
in most cases, just like the one down in Stone County, the boy was he killed his mother because of she didn't want to give him no more money or whatever, credit card dispute or whatever. So it's
Mm-hmm.
boiling down to these kids we're not preparing them to be able to live on their own. And if you know in our
So
household, your mama said you know what mama said. You gonna hit it or get it.
right. So do you think that since he wasn't financially able to carry the load on his own, and his mom wasn't willing to contribute financially, then he felt the only way that he could get the finances he needed was to kill her.
See in most cases that's be a scenario, but in the other case, these kids get to thinking that you're so obligated to their
Mm-hmm.
finances, and when you say no, they go into killing you, and that's what a lot of these situations are boiling down to. That we're not teaching them that money is not something that's not always given; it is earned.
Absolutely. And it's just like the thing that's going around Facebook now. People sending to their mom saying that I think you should take care of me because I didn't ask to be here.
Right.
And first of all, everybody, yeah, that's it's comical to an extent, but you should want to be self-sufficient. In all honesty, you want to be self-sufficient and be able to assist your parents if you can. You may cannot do everything for them, but it feels good to me, in my opinion, to be able to buy them lunch or to just say, here's something, just maybe go spend a night at a hotel or something, because they did everything that they could for us, which for some people was more, some it wasn't as much, but it was the best they could do in their ability. So I think as an adult who is stable,
Right.
we should be able to give back to them if when we can. It doesn't have to be a month every month thing. But and because we know there are some parents who take advantage of their kids also. So I'm not saying that.
Yeah, of course. But that goes back to what we were saying earlier about the different insurance and stuff. That's giving back to your family as well.
That's
Then
right.
taking
Now if your
insurance
parents
out on it for them is giving back to your family as well. So when the time comes, you won't be scrambling. But to
absolutely.
go back to, I mean, not to get off of some, but I wrote down here, spend time with family. It's the importance on spending time with family that's going on now. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's so many family members that it's so you already have enough killing, right? Then you have the
Mm-hmm.
natural deaths that's going on. It should be a pause on going back to the earlier years of life when you had the Sunday dinners and you had
Yeah.
the group function. I think this is just a highlight, and we need to get back to spending time with family because family is important, you know. And
Yes.
at the end of the
Family is the
day,
root.
if you don't have family, you don't have anything.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And to piggyback off of that, we had two comments. This conversation we must have now with our parents so that we are on the same page, which is right, like you just said. So when we're figuring out that they don't have life insurance and maybe they cannot afford life insurance, well, you can go find a life insurance policy that you can maybe pay $20 a month. You
Right.
know, you spend $20 at McDonald's.
We know.
And then also the comment said be parents and not friends. And that's another thing. You know, you I think it's a happy balance with being not so stern with your children, but also they need to know that you are the parent and the respect level must remain there regardless.
I think now, I think that parents are not friends. That's kind of a catch-22 type of a situation. You understand what I'm saying? You you
Mm-hmm.
gotta know
Explain
that's a
yourself.
fine line. You gotta know because you want your kids to be friendly with you, but you don't want them to run over you. So you got
Right. So
you
that's why I think you should know it should be a level when you can be friends with your child and which when you have already established the seriousness of the parent. Establish yourself as their parent and respect is already there. And then the friendship comes along with it.
but this also so just thinking about so in this right here, it should be a level of friendship you have with your kids.
That's yeah, I like that. I
You
definitely
you
think
gotta
that.
catch a level. See your friend, your like say for AJ is my son. He should be able
Mm-hmm.
to talk to me the same way one of my homeboys can talk to me. But he should be able to
Well,
still joke with me.
he can maybe talk to you in a way your homeboys can talk to you in a respectable manner. Not getting out, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He can talk to you maybe on a topic, as far as like a homeboy topic because y'all are two males.
Right.
But his have to be a certain respect versus a friend. And so like Frederick said, you got to know how far to take it, and
That's it.
absolutely. And also we have another commenter saying my daughter told me today when I told her that it's time for her to stand on her own, she's trying and she knows she's moving slow. My response to that was our kitchen that you're on your own. That's a hard conversation, but have to have, but it's necessary.
That's true.
I think so too. I think this is me personally. This is my personal opinion. I think if parents do not force you to stand on your own, you ultimately have a harder time standing on your own.
Right.
Now you know they're gonna have your back, and you know that if you're doing everything you can to stand on your own, they're gonna be there. Especially you still a college child. But you have to start making those steps to be self-sufficient.
That's the
Because if
key.
you don't even try, you never start to you never learn.
The key is that's the key. What you just said, weaning them off, taking the steps to get them to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
Because if you do not do it, I don't care what did you think. If you do not give your kids those steps to become self-sufficient, you will end up in a situation as the boy killing his mama because you won't give him no
Right.
money. Because
Not only that,
right, no,
not only that, they could end up. It could be a situation like that, or you could pass away where they are forced into being self-sufficient while you unable to help them, and say you did not have life insurance, and so what are they gonna do? They're overwhelmed. They could end up doing things because they don't know how to handle it. So it's like, in essence, it's a must that you train that child up to be self-sufficient as early as possible.
that's the key. See, the earlier and quicker than ever, the more. You said a mouthful there. You don't want to wait till your dying day for them to be the first time that they on their own.
Right.
You shouldn't want to leave your kids there. See, it's some people 30 and 40 years old who still depend on their mama.
Mm-hmm. And then the parent wanna put them out, but you didn't prepare
You
them.
ain't prepared to put them out. If you look at our
Okay.
household, it's how many we got? 7 to 8. How many we had? How many came up through the household? 7, 8, what?
Yeah, we would say 7.
All 7. You keep that count. Every last one of us is no longer in the house.
Right.
So that's because you telling your mom you gotta hit it. You gotta hit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to school. You gotta go to work. You gonna do something. Everybody gonna leave here.
Right.
So at that
So you
point,
set the
that does not
expectation.
mean you're not gonna be there for them when they fall. But
Right.
it does mean that they gotta get prepared to leave.
Right. But also, as you're preparing them, I think you gotta make sure you're preparing them enough to understand, not just telling them to say you gotta go to school or get out of here. But some parents, may not exactly show the child how to, some people don't show a child maybe how to write a check. Or,
Right.
because, a lot of stuff not taught in school anymore.
Right.
Some kids don't know how to get on there and pay a bill. Some children may not realize all the utilities that come along with staying on their own. So I think parents need to get back to all of that, showing children how to pay bills when they come out of month, how to pay before the time a bill is due so you don't accrue interest and all that. So really, back to what we're saying, the importance of family, we need those Sunday dinners so you can sit down and discuss things like trying to buy a house before you get a car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The order of things, helping before the children start accrue debt. This is what you should do, how to handle your finances. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes the parents don't have good financial training either, though. So, they can be a family financial training.
See, but I think we're past that step. We passed that step now, though. We passed the step
Okay.
where the parents don't have enough training.
Not in all cases.
In most cases.
In most cases,
In
yeah.
most cases, we passed that step. This
agree.
2018. Come on now. Come on.
We in 2018, but you think about some of the younger kids having families. You know what I'm saying? They may broke away from their parents. Their parents could not have been educated, so their cycle's continuing. We don't want to overlook any representation of family. Just you know what I'm saying? Just to say we're in 2018.
You right.
Think about the people that come in your door
Right.
to get their hair cut. They come from all walks of life.
That's true.
So maybe 80% of those individuals come from parents who are educated enough to know the bare necessities. But that 20%, The whole family needs training, from the mom, the dad, and children.
That's true, and that's what topics like this is coming in handy.
Absolutely.
So, and we have to
Absolutely.
always understand that every time you go through a trial and tribulation, and you get you come through, God bring you through. That's a testimony,
Mm-hmm.
and you should
Absolutely.
always be willing to spread your testimony to anybody who will listen, because
That's
your
true.
testimony can help somebody from going through the same situation that you went through.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. One thing I want to add on that is just like they say, it's a blessing. It's a blessing every lesson, and everything that you go through is for you and for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have been hearing that so much lately that people are going through things, and once they share with other people, you just have no idea that that person sitting next to you have is going through the same thing or something similar. And they would never think that because the way you compose yourself and go about your day, they think you never go through anything. But just to share that to them is a blessing to them because they know they're not alone.
Yeah, we never want to sit on knowledge.
Absolutely. So everything you have acquired, it may not seem much to you, but it really can be helpful to the next person.
True.
Especially in situations like this, you may have already had a loved one to pass, and so you know the steps that you had to take in order to finalize all the last services, or making sure the life insurance is who to call, let them know the person is passed and all that. Everybody, some people know about to have passed in their family for years, so they have no idea what to do. You know.
Uh, yeah, I agree. So we for sure we said that the importance of family. If you think your family is important, we got to change the conversation that we're having.
Definitely change the conversations. Definitely bring back the closeness as much as we can to, forgive past hurts and, not overlook it because everybody's feelings is definitely warranted. But forgive it so we can move past it and we can be a unit again because we don't know how much time we have with each other.
And I,
Even though we saying,
not to cut you
go
off, I
ahead.
just see one of our viewers who just came on. Me and him was just talking the other day at our at our vacation Bible school that families need to go back to where it used to be, of like it was like on Soul Food, for example. How they
Yes.
We got to get back to that form of family.
Yes, I definitely
We
agree.
got, and even if it's because of now that families are so spread far apart, right? Well, we
Mm-hmm.
still have to. It maybe can't be every Sunday anymore, but let's like make it every month. You feel
Yeah,
me?
once a month. Once a
When
month
we
is
can
still
bring everybody
good.
together once a month and have that big family meeting, Sunday meal, or go to church together.
Yeah.
We gotta get back to
Yeah.
doing all that stuff, man.
Yeah, and not only when you get back to doing it, but when you sit down together, make sure you have these serious conversations, and don't always send the children out on stuff that they need to hear. You may think they're too young, but children are very wise these days. So yes, some things may seem over their heads, but some things they definitely need to be aware of.
Right.
Okay, let's retake a few little comments. We have when your children understand who's the parent and respect you, and then their friends also respect you. That's true because you have if they come over your house and they hear you calling your mama Bobby, they gonna call your mama Bobby. Not me. I'm never their friend. I'm calling her Miss whatever.
Yeah.
I don't believe in calling people mama by their first name, but okay. We also have you have to have an understanding about it, which he was referring to your parent putting you out and making stipulations on what you're gonna do at the next level.
Right.
I also like this comment. Life strategies should be taught early, like 5 to 7 years old. I definitely agree. And I saw something on this, it's been a while ago, where the lady was saying that she gave her child allowance, I think like $5 or $10,
Mm-hmm.
and she made her pay rent, like she made her pay $1 rent out of her allowance, and $1 for groceries, something like that. She may have paid so much out of her allowance, and she was on there saying that she think it was too much. I think that's an excellent idea. And but she was saving those dollars to give it back to the child once the child turned 18.
Right.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I do too. I agree because me and my wife, it's kind of shocking that he's saying 5 to 7 because AJ is 7. Me and my wife
Mm-hmm.
have been making a conscious effort of teaching AJ that he has to earn his money now. Show them different ways that he has to earn his
Mm-hmm.
money. And I've been teaching him that he has to tip people when we go out to eat and different things. And there's money to be
Right.
earned and you just don't get it. Because if you don't, children really think money just grows. It just falls out the air. Because
Right.
so now if you get them, they make all the money they get, they make it and they spend it so soon and they can't buy nothing from the store. They get that life strategy that if I spend and nothing's coming in, I will end up broke. So that is a
That's
great
right.
point. I mean, that is a great comment right there because we're actually going through that right now in my household, trying to teach AJ the
Yeah,
importance of money.
I definitely agree. Because like you said, if you are a spender already, so you already don't know how to handle your money. So now, if you don't get a hold of that, when you get your job and get your house, you're gonna be the same way. You're gonna spend all your money. You're gonna buy clothes and all that. Now you ain't got no money for your rent. Can't pay your car, no, your lights off. But if you already teaching, okay, I gotta earn this money. When you earn stuff, you take more care of it than when it's just given. Also, now that families are more wealthy, we do more for our kids.
Right.
So we have to make a conscious effort that the world doesn't owe you anything. So everything that you want or desire has to be earned. And that makes them self sufficient also, regardless of what their parents have.
Not only that ties all the way back into the beginning of this conversation. This that you're showing them that they gotta have money for the different things. Now you put them in a position where they'll be able to take care of you in your old age. Because
That's right.
once you get them to making money, they will never stop making money. It goes back to an
That's
old
right.
saying that Daddy told me years ago when I was ready to work. He told me, son, are you sure you want to work? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to work. I want some money. I want some money. And then he
Mm-hmm.
told me now I don't want you to work, but if you really want to work, I'm going to let you work. But he said this to me, once you start working, you will never stop working again in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very true statement. But what it shows and tells you that you got to go to work.
You gotta go to work.
If you
You
want to
gotta
have
go to
anything
work.
in life, you got to go to work.
That's right. You have to get on there and make some type of living for yourself. And I was talking to someone else, and I think this on topic as well as a little off topic, that we have to train our kids not to just go work for somebody else, but that they can start businesses and corporations on their own. You know, other races teach their kids to be bosses. We teach our kids to go work for a boss. So I also think we need to change our thinking and rhetoric on that. Not that it's a bad thing, but that it's more than one option.
Yeah, I think the trend on that is changing though. I think it's already starting
Yeah, I
now.
definitely think it's
I
changing.
I
But some
I
people,
think in this new millennium now, with these what they call us
millennials,
millennials, baby. We seeing the importance of being entrepreneurs. I mean, I
yeah.
think we really see the importance of it. And me myself now, I preach that to the end. And I would tell and I tell my clients all the time. Cause I see it. College is not the only option. You
Absolutely.
can go out here and get a trade and take care of your family.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get caught up in you got to go to college because that's what a lot of this stuff gets to go array. We forced them to go to college and now they in debt all the way up to their neck.
Yeah, but you
Now,
know
and being
those.
in debt, no, hold, let me finish this one. Being in debt
Okay.
ain't the part, ain't the worst part of it. The worst part of it is you in debt and you didn't get the degree to help you get out of debt.
True.
So that's why we don't want them to go to college until they sure that they're ready to go to college. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Go and get you some
Mm-hmm.
degree. I mean, a trade where you can use a Pell Grant for free to pay for your
Right.
trade.
Right. But that's when that education come in to saying, not just saying you gonna have to do something, you gonna have to get out of my house or go to work. That's when that conversation come in and sit down with our people and say, okay, you can go to school and get a 4-year degree. You can go and get an associate degree. You can go and get a trade. Here are the options for you to pay these things. You can start your own business by doing it. You can start your own business at 5 years old. By the time you 18, it's blossoming into something. So sitting down and having these conversations is very, very important. Back to what we were just been saying the whole entire time. But to buffer on what you were saying that they were saying, well, go to college and get an education. Well, at that point, before the millennial era came along, that was the thing to do, was
Right.
to go to college and get a job. That's the only thing or more options that was out there for us. But now we know that it's way more options, it's way more opportunities. You can decide whatever lane. You can go to college and be an entrepreneur.
Right.
I mean, I want to state that it's very important to have multiple streams of income.
Multiple.
I'm very firm on that.
I agree.
Because it always some lanes are not gonna be as lucrative. So sometimes your job paying good, sometimes your side hustle paying more than your job, and you thinking that, well, do I need to get up in the morning and go over there?
Right. Right.
Because I know I do. Okay, we have a comment, and please chime in, you guys. This conversation, we're glad that we have lightened the mood because it started on a little melancholy tone. But please chime in and share your comments on the topic. And also take a moment to share the broadcast so others can tune in. Let's read some comments. Our problem with the young black youth, we put more emphasis on clothes and the brand as opposed to savings account. Hallelujah. 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 Now, we know we all struggle with this, but that is such a great point.
Her next point is
We
even
don't,
harder. Her
some
next point is
parents
even harder.
never even mention a savings account.
Right.
That is so important. Thank you for that, Joyce. Thank you. Because if you don't even have a savings account, even if you don't start out with $50 a month, you don't need to be having on no brand names.
That's true.
Because you ain't gonna be able to afford it when you get out your mama house.
That's true.
You looking good long as in your mama house, but when you get out your mama house, you ain't gonna be wearing. They gonna be wearing Walmart brand, which nothing wrong with Walmart brand, cause Walmart got good stuff now. I ain't saying that.
Oh, you sound like your dad.
Okay.
You sound like your dad now. You sound like your dad.
Okay, we also have, she said, we need to teach our youth to set goals. These goals may not entail going to college. Yes.
I love
Girl,
that
you
point.
is on my level tonight. Goals are so important. In almost every room in my house, I got a poster board on the wall on something that I'm working on. And I don't care what nobody say. You put it on paper, you start to see it coming to fruition.
What's the difference?
What's
the difference between a goal and a dream?
A goal, exactly. A goal is written down. You got steps to achieve it.
Right.
You can check it out. A dream is just in your head. You envisioning it. In my opinion, the dream precedes the goal because the dream gives you the vision of what you want.
That's it.
And the goal help you help the dream come true.
That's right.
Okay, so we got some more comments. Conversation and understanding is key. That is so true. I agree. The conversation starts young with our kids, but we ourselves have to set an example for them. Amen. Mm-hmm. They learn what they live. Amen. I seen that on something and I was saying, yes, they learn what they live.
Yeah.
You can't get upset with your children when you living this life with them and they pick it up.
Oh,
if we as adults do not only talk.
Most times, now let's be real, most times you going to be, well, not majority of the time, you is a product of your environment.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Now you do have other cases where they just want to do other stuff now. That's always gonna be there. But majority
Yeah,
of the time, you just been a product of your environment.
that's true. They learn what they live. I'm putting that on my post when we get off of here. That is so true. So parents used to say, "Do as I say, not as I do." Well, you can say that all day long, but a child is observing you. Everything that you see, that they see, they gonna repeat it. If you cussing a lot, your children gonna be cussing a lot.
Yeah.
If you keep a messy house, your kid gonna keep a messy house unless they just a clean person or vice versa, whatever your habits are,
Right. Right.
So we gotta be conscious of our downfall so that we won't pass it on. Ooh, y'all on tonight,
They
comers.
working. Them comments coming.
Okay, they said you should teach them how to check and balance it too. Absolutely, because some people get that debit card and they just go crazy, swiping, swiping, swiping.
Look, they
And
got
next
it
thing
so
you
easy
know, you
for
get
you now.
overdraft
You
out
got
the
an app.
wazoo.
You got an app. It's so easy. Look at your app when you swiping so much. Check your app.
Yeah, but what if you
Write
don't
it
tell them about
down.
the app? What if you don't? You got to tell them about the app too. These children, they don't know. They just trying to get on Snapchat, get on whatever.
Right.
So yes, you got to teach them. You got to make sure they know that you put $50 in, you can't get 100 out.
Right.
Okay. Somebody said they agree. Said cause they need. Then you need a plan. You absolutely got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you fail. If you don't, what they say? If you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, all these are good points. We just have to open our eyes up to what's going on in our communities. We can't just talk about it. So, it's obvious that this audience are very smart. Y'all know what's going on. So we have to reach out to our counterparts who may not be as up on certain things that we are up on, and certain things they need to share with us. So, because we are all a community, and we have to keep everybody together. We don't want to wait till things start to go wrong, and then what do we do? Then somebody on the corner, well, they should have been and had such and such together, whatever.
It's either
Well, that may be true. That's true. That may be true. But at the same time, did you ever once stop and ask them, do you have you sat down with your parents? Do you know what their life goals are? I mean, end of the life plan. Do you know where everything is situated at? How would they want to be? We don't have those conversations, but those we can't be scared of that no more. I mean, time is winding up. We just think about when we were younger. We ain't never want to think about that, but right now, you have no choice.
I also think it's time out for sitting on the side. We say this every week. It's time out for sitting on the sideline.
Yes.
This is a new world. It's time out for seeing your
Mm-hmm.
family going through something. You don't say nothing about it. They might cuss you out, but you got to tell them. It's time out. The sideline is no place to be. You got to get in the game.
Yep. That's right. See something, say something.
See?
And regardless if they want to hear it or not, you really have to still let it know, because sometimes people may um act like they don't want to hear when you're talking to them, but I'm sure once they get along at night and review the conversation, they see where your intentions were. So let's take a few little comments.
Ooh, that's
Some of
good.
our youth are too listen to wrong type of music, where the majority of other race spend the time at the library. Well, I can kind of see that both ways. You know, I just think if they're being taught the things they need to be taught, they're always going to have negative influences. But if you're steering them in the right direction, they know how to allow negativity, how far to allow negativity to come up against them. Or they are prepared on how to handle negativity. You
Right.
want to comment on that, Mr.?
Yeah. Now, I like what she said with that. The bad music. Those things are not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Let's be realistic about it. I got a son, and much as he like to listen to gospel, as much as he like to listen to rap. So
Mm-hmm.
now we just got to be real about that. The negative aspects ain't going nowhere. But as we always say, as long as you're good, that way you're bad. Oh, you work it. So you got
That's
to make sure
right.
your good is outweighing the bad. Because you know you can
Right.
have some good days and you're going to have some bad
And
days.
you got to know.
Well, as
Right.
long
And
as
you got to
your
know.
good days is outweighing your bad days, you already know it should not be no complaining.
That's right. But you got to know, also teach your kids that this song is just a song. This don't determine how you do and what you do in life. This is just a song.
That's just
So
the same
kids
with
need to
social
understand
media.
that.
We got to teach them that social media is just
That
a
too.
post.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, well, hold before you move from there. We got to teach them that. See, social media got it twisted. They got, well, not social media. We got social media twisted. If you
Uh-huh.
see your favorite whoever posted up with a Versace shirt on, now you want a Versace shirt. But are you willing to go through what they went through to get that Versace shirt?
That's true now.
That's what we got
Now
to
you
teach.
yeah, you stepping on my toes over here now. You stepping on my toes because I was watching basketball. Why? I said, now they must be doing a commercial for Gucci or something. Because everybody got Gucci on. I'm like, I need me a Gucci hat looking like that.
But one thing you know now, when there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, you start getting them imposter brands too now.
Yeah, you get imposter brands, and also they borrow stuff to wear for the show and all that. But I just want to say that because we all are impressionable to a certain extent. No matter if you 5 or you 50, certain things are still impressionable to you. But you're absolutely right. We have to know how to handle social media and things in the media because they're not always what they seem. Some of these things are rented, at least it's not even how it's portrayed to us.
You know they
Okay,
staying
so
in
we're
them
gonna take a few
Airbnbs and
comments.
swearing that they house. It ain't nothing but Airbnb. Don't get caught up in
That's
that
right. That's
foolishness.
right.
They ain't came up there
That's
quick.
right. Right. We want to thank y'all so much for coming tonight. We're really enjoying our audience. We're going to read some more comments. Okay, stop letting them get away with little things. That's true with kids because little things build a big thing. That's how, you let them get away with stabbing the dog. Next thing you know, they stabbing you. You got to be aware of those type of behaviors because that's leading you on to future behaviors. Parents should check their accounts and question their children, especially when they see them making bad purchases.
That's
I
big.
absolutely agree on that.
That's big
The
there.
sideline, yeah,
I think before your child, especially when they still depending on you to help them, they bank accounts, you should still build their bank account.
right,
And the moment that they think they can take you off of their bank account is the moment that you can stop they can stop asking you for something.
right. Because why they need you to get off their bank account? They're letting you know something suspicious right there. You on that bank account to show them how to manage their finances so that they can be financially stable when it's time for them to stand on their own. So you're not on there just to be nosy, but parents are always gonna be nosy. That's just what parents do. That's just ingrained in a parent. And the word parent should be nosy right next to it.
You better be.
I don't care, especially with our mom. She gonna read your mail. She gonna do everything. I don't care how old you get. So if you don't want her to read it, don't send it to our house.
You better. And get what? Check this out too now. If you ain't being nosy, you ain't doing your job.
That's right.
Okay.
And they can call if they want to call it, but it's your role to make sure that they have everything that they need, that they doing what they're supposed to do, and no matter what they say, because at the end of the day, what? You are the parent. That's back to saying the family is important. People need to be in their role as the parent. The children need to be in their role as a kid. They need to respect each other from the parents. The parent need to respect the kid need to respect the parent. It goes both ways. And we just need to get back to that.
And you know the famous saying, when they tell you, get out their business, what they say? What business? You ain't got no business.
What?
You ain't old enough to have no business.
Right. Me personally, I don't think you should never tell your parent that. I mean, sometimes they do get in your business a little deep and you don't want to, they be going a little far, but you just be like, okay, it's a way to handle it. But don't tell your mama that. I just think that's mean. Okay, we're going to take a little more comments. It starts at home. Absolutely. Pete, come on with it. Yeah, speak, brother. Amen. Laugh out loud, say, I'm serious. Y'all know y'all be watching them shows and be wanting that stuff.
That's real.
Okay. I attend education board meetings and it amazes me how there are differences in black and white test scores. Now we know that's definitely a high one. You know, that's definitely a high one. But hopefully with these conversations and things like this that we get the parents and the families back to where they need to be focusing on what's the point of making sure their kids are where they need to be, you know, education wise, financial wise, mentally, all of that. Come on, you got a point on that, Mr. Pete.
On that right there, education. We have to continue to speak the importance of education. That it is okay to be smart. It's okay to be smart. I can remember that going back to high school, right? And I always was a kid that liked to have fun and be a little class clownish. But but I took joy in when they called honor rolls to the cafeteria for honors lunch. And then those the same guys that I was back there clowning with, they were still there, but I was going to the cafeteria. So we got to teach the point that no matter what you do, at the end of the day, those grades need to be such and such. And don't be ashamed to be smarter than the next person. So I like that statement she got right there, because guess what? We coming to the top. We're going to the top. There's nowhere else to go.
That's right. And I think that also comes with being balanced because, think about it now. Think about being back in school. You have the kids who are the so-called the smart kids and the kids who are just in school. I think it should be a blend. They should know how to blend together. You can be well educated and still know how to interact with someone who is not as educated as you are. Because in the end of the day, you can learn things from them and they can learn things from you.
Exactly.
That's what come back to the community. That's how we build each other up and help everybody stay afloat. You know. So you teach your child to be balanced, to be able to make the grade because that's what's expected of them, and to soar and reach higher heights, but also have a balance to where they can help those who may not have anybody motivating them to even just come to school other than eating lunch.
Right.
So you need to open up a class. This guy needs you to teach them. Oh, thank you. Well, this is our class. This is our weekly class that we are trying to have to enhance our community because we want all of us to be great as much as possible. And we all have so many talents and abilities, but we have to know how to collaborate and bring it together. We're not afraid to see somebody else win. We want everybody to win. And then everybody wins by us sticking together and enhancing our community.
I just think this conversation started out so down on a very somber note.
Sure did.
Look what it developed to. Look what it developed. That shows the impact that we're having by having these conversations. I really enjoyed and have enjoyed tonight. It has been very uplifting. We have touched a lot of good points. We don't want to forget about what we started out on about the insurance, the barrier, the life insurance. Start talking to your parents and loved ones about death. I think this just has been a great, joyous topic tonight.
Right, absolutely. And to add to that note, if somebody need someone to help them with insurance, I do have a lady that has been trying to help me with some insurance just to kind of teach me the difference on the term life and the whole life, which I said I won't begin to try to explain to y'all, but it's definitely something you need to understand. So if somebody needs information on that, you can leave it in the comments. You can inbox me, and I will hook you up with that lady, and she can talk to you. You might not want to get insurance from her, but knowledge is power. So if nothing else, you can get the information. So we just want to reiterate that make sure you and your family, young or old, but especially the old, is prepared for their last days. Right. You want to make sure that their life insurance is in place. Some who already been paying on their burial, make sure that you know who the company is, where the paperwork is, and all of that. Make sure everybody know how they want to go, how they want to be prepared. Because yes, that's a hard conversation, but we don't want the bickering and all that at the end.
Right, right.
And we want to bring the family back together. Whatever your family consists of, bring it back together. Have those hard conversations. Yes, people gonna get upset. Yes, people gonna cuss and argue and all that. But at the end of the day, the conversation is being had.
It's worth
So they
having.
know where you stand, and you know where they stand. What is the topic for tonight? The importance of family. Frederick, tonight's topic is the importance of family. So is there anything else our audience wants to add, or any points on there? If you all sell insurance or know something that will be helpful to somebody who is preparing for death, term decrease as you age, whole remain the same. Okay, there you go, Miss Joyce. Okay, I knew it was some, but I didn't want to tell the people wrong. So yeah, term life, it decreases as you age, and the whole remains the same. So no matter how old you get, it's the same amount. So if you start out with 50,000, that's how much you're gonna be when you pass away.
Look at
if you
this
got
here,
whole
girl. We
life.
spread all type of knowledge.
Right. And term life, you start out with 50,000. By the time you get 50, you probably got 20,000. Now, I may not be the correct numbers, but that's kind of like the point. So make sure the insurance that you have, you know which kind you have. And also, if you have it through your job, know if it's transferable. Most of the time, it is not transferable. So if you leave that job, you leaving your insurance. So
that's not
you might want to
get. So
that
was not a good one to have. If it's not transferable, it's not good to have. Right or wrong?
It's not good to have, but sometimes it's free with your job, and some people stay at their job till they retire. So I would just probably suggest getting your own if you can afford it, which I'm sure you can probably get a cheap one, maybe I'll just say $10,000. If you can't afford it, get $10,000 because I'm thinking that's the amount that you need to bury somebody. So if you can't afford nothing else, just get you a $10,000 insurance, and that keep that separate from whatever job you at. That way, if something go wrong, you can bury yourself or the person that you know that don't have insurance on themselves.
Oh.
And yes, they're gonna have GoFundMe, or you're gonna be able to beg folks. Everybody ain't gonna have $100 to contribute to you when you need it. Why? And you can get mad all day long, but everybody got their own bills.
That's right. And why beg when you can have it set up?
That's right. So if you plan properly, don't fail to plan. You know what we said earlier.
Look, y'all, let's
plan. Okay, I can't get together, y'all, but y'all know what we said. Yeah. If you don't plan, you plan to fail.
If you don't plan,
I think that's what it is.
Now, would you go ahead and tell them what we got
if
coming up?
If you fail to plan, I'm mixing it up.
Leave it alone.
Go ahead.
Leave that for alone. You just leave it up. Go ahead and tell them what we got coming up next month.
Okay, y'all, yes. So next month is gonna be all about young, black, and married. So if you all have any certain questions you all want us to discuss, or if you would like to be a guest on our show with your spouse, please you can inbox us on our personal thing, or you can inbox. We want you to inbox on our What's Coming Out of Your Mouth page. Please go and follow our page. We're trying to build a community up, but it seems to be working best on our personal page right now. But if you all have questions y'all want us to discuss, or would like to be a guest on the show for next month, which starts in August, the whole month of August is going to be about young, black, and married. So we are so excited about that. We're going to try to get our spouses on here, and they are so quote unquote shy. But we want to put ourselves out there because we are both young, black, and married, and we want to show how, things in our marriage, because everybody know marriage is not perfect, but just to get the conversation started. So anything you all want us to talk about, if it's not about marriage, if y'all just want us to discuss another topic, please inbox us or comment. If you want to be a guest on our show.
Not to cut you off, I do want to do this. Not just on the young black and married. We do want you guys to send in other topics that you want us to talk on weekly, that you may want us to have a talk on the next week. Send those topics in, because we like suggestions. We like suggestions of
Yes.
different topics to talk about.
Yeah, so what I would do also at the end of this is please don't forget to share this video, but I will put a link to our page on the bottom in the comments so that you all can just go directly from there if you don't know how to search it and get to it. So I think that's about it for tonight. We have thoroughly enjoyed our audience tonight. Thank you for all your comments. It has been wonderful. Please don't forget again to share the video. And we want to leave and see any highlights that you want to add, Mr. Pete, on the importance of being ready.
I just wanted to, don't forget about the burial insurance. Don't forget about the life insurance. Don't forget to start talking to your family about death, because 1 out of 1 will die.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, this has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth, tonight's topic on the importance of family. We want to thank you all for tuning in. We look forward to you all tuning in.
Hold up, sister. I know you don't think we're finna get out of here without praying.
I know the prayers after this.
Oh, okay.
See, y'all see your co-host when he see how your family do. It's important to be in tune with them, but they know you got to get a closing. So we're going to stop right here and let the deacon come on and pray us out, and then I'll bid my good night. So if you all take a little moment and pray with us.
Okay, before I start praying, look, I want to invite everybody out to Trinity Baptist Ministry. We do have Vacation Bible School going on this week. Bring your children out. My wife is the youth instructor. We having a great time over there. Pastor Farrell is our pastor.
Where's it located?
1613 West Haven Boulevard, right there in Jackson, Mississippi. We having a great time. We growing. Man, we is a starter church and we growing like wildfire. So we do want to invite you guys out for today. But now let's get on down into this prayer. Oh, gracious and heavenly eternal Father, we come to you tonight, Father God. Just thank you for this time, this day, this hour, Father God. Father God, we just thank you for another chance to be able to get on here and speak to your people, Lord. Father God, we just hope that we will say something tonight that gets people to get their conversation started about burial, life insurance, death, Father God. Because we know that we're going to die, Father God. We want to pray for the ones who are going through some things right now, who are going through bereavement, Father God. Everybody that's going through bereavement right now, Father God, we lift them up to you right now, for Father God. We know that you are a way maker, Father God. They say you'll be a father to the father. You can be a mother to the mother. You are the Lord of Lords, and you are the King of Kings, Father God. You know all and you see all, and Father God, you can direct our path, Father God. So if I can't do anything, Father God, I just give them you right now, Father God. I hope that they can accept you as their Lord and Savior, Father God, to be able to guide them through these different situations, Father God. Father God, we would like to thank everyone who has been a part of our show tonight, Father God. We thank them for all of the comments, Father God. We thank you for everything that you're doing in our life, Lord, and everything that you're going to get ready to do, Father God. We want to let you know that we love you and we adore you, and we cannot get along without you, Lord Jesus. We ask you to forgive us for all of our sins, dear Master. This blessing is in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. What a wonderful prayer. Now, we would like to thank you all again for tuning in. This has been your host, Shay Wallace, and my co-host,
Pete Fairley.
And this has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth this week. Please tune in again next week. Don't forget to like and share this video and leave any comments or suggestions that you would like on our page, or feel free to inbox. Thank you all so much. Good night.
Deuces.